Welcome to Be Free and Fit, the show that believes that principles applied through the process bring long term sustainable progress. I'm your host, Brianna Dawkins. In today's episode, we are going to continue our self love series, but today we're going to go a little bit deeper into self love and how self love requires being kind to yourself. So, as a believer, my definition of love comes from the Word of God. And in 1 Corinthians 13:4, I'm going to just read this again, an amplified version. It says that love endures with patience and serenity. Love is kind and thoughtful. It is not jealous or envious. Love does not brag. It is not proud or arrogant. It is not rude or self seeking. It is not provoked nor overly sensitive and easily angered. It does not take into account a wrong endured. It does not rejoice at injustice, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails. One thing that the Dalai Lama also says to include all of why we're talking about self love and how we're breaking it down in this way, the importance of it is if you don't love yourself, you cannot love others. You will not be able to love others if you have no compassion for yourself. Then you are not able to develop compassion for others. So, with that thought, let's be kind and thoughtful to ourselves. I'm going to say that one more time for anybody who did not hear me in the back, okay? I'm going to look right here and make sure that you're listening. If you're not even on this podcast, I just want you to hear me, okay? Be kind and thoughtful to yourself. I want to share a story with you guys of a time that I recently was like not very kind to myself. Girl, boy, whoever is listening, let me tell you. So I signed up for this class. It was a CrossFit class, and I was super excited to try it. But I was like also equally a little bit nervous, because after you have a baby, your body does something different. Okay. So I was a little bit nervous because I hadn't really been anywhere really since COVID. So I was a little bit nervous because of that. But I was also nervous because I hadn't been anywhere since I had my youngest son. So I think in the voice memo that I'm going to play for you guys, I say that it was like my second week, but maybe like the third class in or something like that. So, anyways, so for anyone who's ever experienced a CrossFit class, it's like a multi-styled training class where you lift super heavy weights. I mean, like as heavy as your body will allow you, and as heavy as your body, I should say, and mind, can allow you to challenge yourself. It provides all of those weights for you. Okay. Then it also has like another portion that's like heavy on the endurance. So like you're either going to do a whole bunch of circuits or running, stuff like that. So for a lot of people with CrossFit classes, you're usually like super good at a certain style. Like so you'll be really good at this part of the workout, but you may not be as great in the other side or other part of the workout. So I actually, before I started the podcast, I would record voice memos to myself as I was leaving the class because I would have certain moments where a lesson would pop up in my head or certain moments of self-awareness really would pop up in my head. And I can say like, I believe that was the Holy Spirit, like just sharing with me like these mind opening moments. So I had this actually happen to me about a year ago. Well, yeah, a year ago, because it was April 2021, when I recorded this voice memo that I'm about to play for you guys. And really, I was teaching myself in that moment the importance to be kind to yourself, because on this day I was not. So I'm gonna play that for you guys and then pop back in after. Hey, 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 it is Wednesday. Some call it hump day. But the very thing that I learned on today, which is the third day of my second week of starting this journey all over again, the thing that I learned today was you need to, which is me talking to myself, be kind to yourself. Like, legit, be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself in your thoughts. Be graceful to yourself in your thoughts. Everything that you think about yourself, just be so kind, so sweet, so loving, so caring. Just be kind. During my workout today, we did a crazy workout. We did deadlifts, which it was 4 sets of 4, and I felt extremely strong. And of course, anytime that you are doing well, it's easy to think well on yourself. It's easy to be kind to yourself when you're doing great and when you feel like you're doing your utmost best and it's working out for you and you have set a bar for yourself and you exceed that bar. That's what happened to me during that portion of my workout. I thought that I was only going to be able to do 135. If I felt strong today, I felt focused, I felt like I could do more. And although I felt so positive in all of those thinkings, even in the most positive part of my workout today, I found myself still rationalizing why I should be doing well or why I'm doing well, instead of saying, oh man, like, Bree, you're so strong, like your legs are really strong, like you did a great job, this is who you are, you're a strong person, this is who you are, you're a virtuous person, you go after what you're desiring to do, you do it with good form, you do it with grace, you have this silent, quiet strength to you, and that is just who you are, and you're operating out of the fullness of who you are, and that is enough. But in the midst of me doing my best and me doing a great job, I still found myself speaking negatively about why, or rationalizing why I'm doing a good job. And one of the thoughts that came to mind was, I literally said to myself, like, well, you're only doing that well because you're the heaviest person in this class. You're probably only that strong. These are words that I'm speaking or hearing to myself about myself. And I don't know where these thoughts form or where they come from, whether they come from what other people say about you or what you have continuously said about yourself. But in an intense, stressful scenario such as working out or that type of environment, it's a lot that comes out of you that you don't even realize is there. And I started to realize exactly why you have people. I've had clients in the past where while you're working out, they'll just bust out crying because they feel like they can't finish or they can't do it. And I found myself at the tip of that point, and I didn't cry, but in the midst of the second part of the workout, which is what I'm about to tell you next, in the midst of the workout, I found myself at the tipping point of about to cry. And I realized that in that moment, what happens is for me, this is what happened. I'm not going to say it's and speak for everyone, but for me, what happened is I found myself in a place where I began to mentally think so negatively about myself and the process that I was in and myself being able to complete it, that I was about to cry, not because I was physically unable alone to complete the workout, but because I had already mentally resolved I had already brought my mind to a place where I believed that I was not able to do this, or I rationalized that I'm so big that I'm unable to do this, or I'm the weakest link, so that's why I'm unable to do this. And I'm already rehearsing those thoughts in my mind over and over throughout the whole entire workout, and it's already a
a mental battle in itself of, and that's what I mean by like the physical stress that it puts on your body is good, and it makes it stronger. But it's literally like all those thoughts were in my mind just being cultivated over and over and over again, and it brought me to a place where I wanted to cry. And then I talked myself off the ledge mentally, all while trying to perform a very extremely hard workout. And I told myself, like, this is it. This is exactly why a lot of people find themselves at the brink of crying. When one of the things I try to teach my son right now, he's a toddler, he's 3, he's at this place where everything is frustrating because he's still learning how to fully articulate his feelings, his thoughts. So sometimes that results in just falling out on the ground, yelling, screaming, kicking, yelling, crying, and all of that. And in the midst of him throwing those tantrums because he feels like he can't be expressed properly, or he feels like he's not being heard, or he feels like whatever it is that he wants to be able to do, if you're saying no to that, then now it's a tantrum. It's a cry, bawl, this and that. And I'm teaching him that he has to learn to articulate his feelings with his words. He can't just fall out on the ground and then everything gets better. I'm trying to get him to a place where he doesn't just cry in the first drop of a dime that something goes wrong, or at the first drop of a dime that something happens in his life that he doesn't want to happen that way. I'm trying to teach him that that's not how he handles how he feels and what he wants to fulfill or accomplish or do. He has to learn to vocalize and verbalize the very things that he wants. And even after he does that, it's okay if it's not there yet, or it's okay if he can't go there yet, or it's okay if he can't have that yet, or it's okay if he can't do whatever yet. It's just, that's just what it is right now, and you don't have to cry about it. And so
All right, all right. So I really hope that people got something from that, because even at the end when I was sharing how it's okay, if you're crying, and it's okay if you're emotional because you feel like you can't do something yet. It's okay, and I think that part of being kind to yourself and compassionate to yourself, it's being able to recognize in the moment that something is difficult, and there's something that is hard, or there is something that you are wanting to do, and it's okay to want to do it, and it's okay to want to be able to complete it with ease. But if you can't yet, I think there is like so much strength in the ability to be patient and see that, although I can't do it yet, and although I'm unable to do it yet, I can be kind to myself in the process, in the process in getting from point A to point B. I can train myself to be loving and compassionate and caring and thoughtful towards myself while I'm on this journey of progressing and getting better. So that was definitely something that I learned from that recording. I'm going to continue to actually play the rest of it, because it goes into the part of the workout that I actually struggled with. So here's that.
the second part of my workout was, we had to like do a pull up, go run 200 meters, come back, do another one, 100 meter, 200 meters, go back, like, and we just keep doing that all the way to 10 pull-ups. So I didn't even complete the workout. I think I got to like 7 pull-ups or 8 pull-ups out of, like, so like 1, come back, 2, come back, 3, and like that. So the whole time, like, people are passing me, like passing me during the 200-meter run, and I'm like literally talking to myself and saying, "Oh, well, you're big, like you're big, so that's why you can't do this run really fast, or you're you're not going to be able to finish this, or this is new to you. You haven't been doing this for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. This is literally your second week of doing this. Like, and like you're literally like talking to yourself, trying to rationalize why you aren't doing as good as somebody else. When again, comparison like kills your joy. Like, to me, I was trying to just stay moving the whole time, and that would have been enough. Like, had I so one of the things that I am going to try to start doing is I'm going to try to start setting like a goal for myself at the beginning of each workout or part of the workout. Like, for example, for the first workout, I was like, I just want to try to get to 135. But when I got to 135 and I was like, I can do, because we're only doing 4 reps. If we were doing like more reps, I would probably stick at that. But I was like, I think that I can do heavier. So I did 165 because I wasn't sore at all last week, and I want to actually get stronger. So I'm like, okay, I'll go up higher, higher, higher. So then I didn't even know I was doing 165 until I counted it all, and then I was like, dang, like I did it. So that was good enough for me. I don't know what anyone else did during class. I didn't even look at anyone else because I was so focused just on myself, which is great. But then the second part of the class, I started to focus on other people. And that's when I lost my contentment in a sense and tried to rationalize why I wasn't or didn't have to put as forth as much effort because I was already going to end up being last, which is what slowed me down, which I probably could have completed at least one more round had I actually like put forth the effort. But I had like defeated myself mentally before I even could physically operate in the process of defeat. And during it, I just realized.
Yeah, yeah. So that was that. I'm telling you, like that whole process, like really was big for me. And it really did show me how in this journey we do compare ourselves, we do self defeat, we do find ourselves in places and spaces mentally where we are not very kind to ourselves. I don't know if I said that part on the voice recording because I didn't play the whole thing, so it's kind of long. But another thing that I said on there, I don't know if we just heard it or not, but I was like talking about how pretty much like what happens is like you end up like saying like really negative stuff about yourself. Like one of the things I remember saying when I was doing the runs, um, I was saying to myself like you're really only like this like going so slow because like you're so big. And like even that idea of saying that to yourself is like so mean. Like I would never say that to someone else, but yet I was saying that to myself as if that was okay. And that wasn't showing love, to myself, to think that way about myself. The real, way to do that in my mind now, with a whole new setup, I'm just sitting here clearly thinking, about myself. And a better way would have probably been to say something like, you're doing a great job. You're continuously moving. You are here. You showed up. You didn't sleep fully throughout the whole night because you have a newborn baby and you still woke up and showed up for yourself. That's good enough. You're still completing the run. Whether you perfectly did all 10 or not, that's still a win. So I think that had I had that way of thinking or that sense of awareness in the moment, I feel like I definitely could have showed myself some more love and care in the moment with that. So, listen, there's always room for improvement, okay? Always. So, like, what does being kind look like? I think one of the things about being kind to yourself, it requires you to show yourself a sense of compassion. So there's this doctor named Kristen Neff, and she's like a self-care compassion or self-compassion expert. And she actually has this book called Self-Compassion. She breaks down this whole idea of self compassion and being kind to yourself a little bit like this. She says, Self compassion entails being warm and understanding toward ourselves when we suffer, fail, or feel inadequate, rather than ignoring pain or going with self criticism. Self compassionate people recognize that being imperfect, failing, or experiencing life difficulties is inevitable. So they tend to be gentle with themselves when confronted with painful experiences rather than getting angry when life falls short or falls short of the set of ideals. People cannot always be or get exactly what they want when they want it. In reality, denied or fought against suffering increases the in form of stress. So this presents itself as stress, frustration, or self-criticism. When this reality is accepted with sympathy and kindness, there's greater emotional calmness overall that's experienced. So, what we're going to next go into with this newfound understanding of self love and self compassion and being kind to ourselves, we're going to go into how to create or how to cultivate self compassion. These four ways were given to us by Harvard Health, and they're just really kind of four quick boosting tips to help you in this area of self compassion. Or you can also go by Kristen Neff's book on self compassion if you want even a deeper dig. She also has a workbook with her book if you're somebody that really struggles with this area. So, number one, comfort your body by eating healthy things and also lie down and rest. So, massage yourself. You can massage your hands, you can massage your neck, you can take a walk. Really, anything that helps you feel physically like more loved or a sense of like care for yourself will help boost your self compassion. Another thing, number two, that you can do is write a letter to yourself. You can think of a time that you felt pain, such as like the story that I just shared with you guys on my voice memo. You could think of something like that and then write a letter to yourself about the situation, but without blaming anyone. Include yourself in it, and then you can like use this exercise to nurture your feelings. Number three, you can give yourself encouragement. Think of what you would say to like a good friend if he or she was facing a difficult or stressful situation. Then you can find yourself in this kind of situation and direct that same compassion that you would give someone else to yourself. So you can just kind of like target that sense of encouragement and love, give yourself that same energy, okay? That's what that would do, okay? Then number four is like practicing mindfulness. This could be like a quick exercise that you can do where you're meditating. You can try one of our affirmation meditations. Okay, it's guided. You just gotta cut it on and follow. So you could do that, or yeah, it's just a great way for you to nurture and accept yourselves while we're in pain or not feeling the best or in process. And while we're in that, it kind of shows you that, I'm mindful of where I'm at, but I'm also giving myself the love that it needs in the process. All right, so you guys, that is it. That's really all I have for today. I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that it motivates us all to be more kind and thoughtful to ourselves. So for anyone that is having a hard time working out, this is like a segue into like a whole nother portion of what we're talking about. But if anyone out there is having a hard time working out, or they've been wanting to work out, but they don't even know what to do, or you have like old gym equipment just collecting dust in the corner of your basement, I'm starting something just for you. Okay, this is just for you, right up your alley. Okay, you don't even have to think about it. You just have to show up. Okay, so I'll be doing live workouts on YouTube and on Facebook. So these workouts are going to be directed towards you guys. The community that I'm going to start is called Fit Flexing Mamas. You heard it here first, okay? Be Free and Fit podcast. You heard it here first. We will be doing these free classes. And again, the name is Flexing or sorry, is it Fit Flexing Mamas, where our biggest flex is us prioritizing our health. So I'm super excited about this group. The goal of the group is consistently putting effort into our healthy habits to create sustainable progress and change. So this is not like, a huge like get fit quick scheme, or it's not like a lose all the weight super fast type of setup. It's not that at all. So come, ready to create a healthy habit in your life. Because that's what it's here for. It's here for you. If you're struggling and you need help, I'm here for you. We're gonna end up doing them on Sundays and on Wednesdays. So those are going to be the days that we stream the free workouts. Hey, I'm so excited. Okay, so also if you want to join that group, because it's going to be a Facebook accountability type group on Facebook. If you want to join that, actually, I'm gonna have you DM me on the Free and Fit podcast Instagram. So it's Be Free and Fit podcast on Instagram. DM me on there if you come to this first and you hear about it here. DM me on Instagram so that I can get you added into the Facebook group for additional accountability. Also, if you know anyone that wears plus sizes like XL, double XL, triple XL, any plus size people, I need them. So if you know anybody who wears those sizes that is in need of workout clothes, these people need to be in need of workout clothes. Please send me their information on Instagram as well. So DM me, send me their info, whether it be like their names or a way that I can get a hold of them. Send me that information because we're working on some giveaways of some real cute stuff. So trust me, you want to send me that DM so that we can hook up our sisters. Okay. All right, guys. So we are at the end. We're at the end here. So if you want more information about what we talked about today, you can hit up befreeandfit.com to see more stuff on that. And then also, hit up Instagram, follow us on Be Free and Fit podcast on Instagram, and also at Be Free and Fit on TikTok. So yeah, that's all we got today, guys. Again, thank you again. I keep on saying that, but thank you for tuning in today. And as always, please, promise me one thing. Promise me that you will not give up